Hello, I am Jess, and you are watching my channel Smart Queen 7, and if I am being totally honest, I don't feel like recording. But I think it would be better for me to just sit down and play a video game and have some fun because, well, if you're an American, you probably know that it's just been election, and it was really stressful on top of having a lot to do at just my regular job. I've been pretty tired the last couple of weeks, so I did skip a week on purpose, and that was just so I could enjoy Halloween in a safe, socially distanced sort of way. But I did get out of the house, spent a lot of time outside actually, and why not, got to sit under the beautiful full moon and enjoy the night. And then, like I said, it was just a mess of politics and work, so I just wasn't in the headspace to record. And I still don't really feel there, but like I said, I feel like it would just be better to make myself do it. And so I decided, instead of doing one of my topics that I had planned out for chit-chatting while playing, video game and kind of looking at stuff that goes with it, I thought, you know what? Let's play an old school game. And this is actually something that my husband and I started replaying again recently. It was one of the first video games we played together after we started dating. And it's Vampire the Masquerade. And I really enjoyed it. Now, this was a long time ago. How far into our relationship were we? Probably 13 years ago. That we played this together for the first time. So I don't really remember a whole lot of it. And with the new one coming out, well, who knows when at this point, they pushed it back to 2021, which I'm cool with. I'm not one of those people that throws a big fit because a game gets pushed back. I would rather have quality. I might get impatient, but I'm not mad about it. So I thought, well, why not, while waiting for this new game, play the first one I ever played. So that's what we're gonna do today, and instead of having any sort of commentary about a specific topic, I'm just gonna play this game. Now, I've only ever played as a Malkavian, which is the crazy vampire clan. So I'm actually gonna take the quiz at the beginning, because I've never taken the quiz before, to see what kind of vampire I should play. So we're gonna do that and see what it gives me for the vampire, and we're just gonna go with that. And I'm curious to see if, from what little I do remember and what little we've replayed so far, how it varies between one vampire clan and another. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so like I said, this is the quiz, and yeah, I think that I have my boxes so that you can at least see most of what the stuff is. Being an old school game, its aspect ratio is old school, so it's not our usual nice rectangular vibe. But let's go ahead and get started on these questions. I just play a chick. They're usually an alter ego when I play a video game. That's just how I roll. While in a club, you spot your ex-roommate who skipped out after taking your stuff and leaving you with a stack of bills. He looks dead drunk. Do you grab him by the head and repeatedly bash his face into the bar? No, I probably would not. Call the cops. See you in court, buddy? I would probably personally just be like, what the fuck, dude? But, that's not an answer, so we're gonna go with call the cops. A bouncer at the opening of an exclusive nightclub won't let you inside to party with all the beautiful people. Do you convince him you work for that director, you know who, and you'll bring him with you next time? Hide out by back exit, wait for someone to leave, and then slip in undetected. Everyone has got their price, and it's worth it to get to know the kind of people inside. Well, I guess if I had the plan of going to an exclusive nightclub, I'm going to assume I have the means to get in, so that's what we're gonna go with. An intruder has broken into your house and has entered the room. You have no choice but to confront them. Do you overpower and wrestle them to the ground, breaking as many bones as possible? Grab the heavy lamp next to your bed and smash their face in? Grab your gun and fire into them. You keep one next to the bed for this very reason. Now, my personal plan was, if anyone ever broke in, it would be to grab one of my super sharp kitchen knives, because they're actually, my bedroom's right next to the kitchen, and I have them mounted on the wall next to my door. So the closest thing, I guess, would be to grab the heavy lamp. You're stuck in traffic after a concert, and the guy behind you is laying on the horn. Your friends in the car are urging you to park the car and help them stick dude's horn somewhere uncomfortable. Do you get out, pull the guy out of the car, and put him in the hospital? Talk your friends down? You don't need a lawsuit or jail time. I hate road rage. It's unnecessary. You know what? It sucks getting from point A to point B. We don't have teleportation. Just fucking suck it up and have some goddamn patience. Like, chill. So not just the guy behind me, but my friends as well. You're at a nightclub having a damn good time when you realize you're out of money. No cash, no fun. Do you seduce somebody and have them pay for your drinks? Time it just right so you can snatch a bottle when the bartender isn't looking. Go home and read a book or listen to music. Something else more intellectually stimulating than wasting life in a lame club. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind going out for a good time. But, I have no problem with going back home to read a book. Maybe watch a movie or a show or play some video games. The world's a cruel and unforgiving place, but you've gotten by so far. Why? It may be cruel for you, but for me, it's hilarious. Now that sounds like a Malkavian answer. Because I keep it a secret. You have no idea the truths I've learned. I feel like I fall somewhere in between, but I really don't want to accidentally end up with Malkavian if I can avoid it, since I am aiming for something different, hopefully. So I'm going to go with the secret. You have been embraced by the Tremere clan. Tremere are the practitioners and creators of the blood magic called thaumaturgy. Not generally trusted by other clans, the Tremere are enshrouded in mystery and keep their motives hidden. Okay, this sounds cool. I am down with that. I'm really glad that I didn't get, like, a brute force clan, because that's not really the playstyle, I feel like. I believe the blood magic is more like of a distance range sort of thing, and that sounds more appealing to me right now. Your vampire's attributes, and this is all tutorial, so I'm just gonna get through this and get to the next part. Oh, they auto placed my stats. Let me see if I agree with what they did. Okay, at this moment, like, I know we are going to be fighting with our hands probably at some point early on, but I would actually rather have... Would I rather have intimidation or subterfuge? I would rather have... Let's go with intimidation. I don't remember enough of this game, but at least in the start, I don't feel like firearms is necessarily the way I want to go. I'm terrible at sneaking, so I probably need all the help that I can get. I don't particularly care about haggle right off the bat, so let's swap that for investigation. And I think everything else I am okay with, so let's go with this. Oh, character name. Let's go with... There we go. Lenore. Okay, so far it seems like it has the same intro at least, and it probably has the same tutorial regardless, I'm guessing. Man, once upon a time these graphics were actually decent. I'm really excited for the upgrade that Bloodlines 2 is going to be, just, you know, because... Shoot, what year did this come out?
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As
like a decade and a half ago. A decade and a half ago, so naturally, aging is gonna probably be an issue. But, you know,
however,
I feel like the story was good enough to make the replay worthwhile, though I think it would be really fun to see a remaster of this, even if it was literally just the textures. The models, not anywhere near the standard of today, but I can deal with that if maybe the textures were upgraded, but we're just going to enjoy it for what it is, which is a once fairly good game, which has just maybe not aged terrifically.
Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the
I'm hoping you can see this. I did turn up the gamma a bit because it was a little dark when I was looking at it earlier. I can always tweak the settings and editing, I guess, but the closer it is to usable before we get there.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
My screen has smudges on it. I hope this doesn't make it too dark, but this light is really emphasizing them. The fade in between is just so long. Like, what is with some of these cuts?
When anyone breaks these laws,
like, I find it more excusable that the quality of the graphics hasn't aged well, but cinematography basics have been around way before video games, so that part I find actually bad.
But the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your side.
That walk, though. It's like when you first learn how to animate a walk and you have everything overemphasized to get that opposition showing.
I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
What a scene, man. Ooh-wee.
Okay, I really debated skipping the tutorial But I realized that I'm playing a character with a completely different speech pattern than my first character, than my other character, the one I'm doing a rerun through. So, like, literally all I've done is the Malkavian with their ridiculous speech patterns. So I'm kind of curious to see normal responses.
We ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
I'm going to...
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, like your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's...
I think I'm just gonna resolve myself to, the fact that this is going to just be an adult's playthrough, because to edit this into a manner that is not adult would be a lot of work that I'm not necessarily prepared to do. So there may be a distinct lack of bleeping for this.
All right, you go down there casual way. You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so natural you think you've done it 1,000 times already. Now go for it. Be sure though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
Alright. The way you just utterly, like, wrap yourself around. There we go. Great. Do we get to pick the color?
Alright, you got the blood, you feel all kick-ass, feel better
Just
than you
utterly
used to,
ignored
but
that
wait,
question.
It gets better. All kindred. Kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain. Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality is not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club. Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross, shove it right up their ass. A steak, only if it catches you in the heart, then it just paralyzes you. Running water, that's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire, that's real trouble. Sunlight, well, you catch the sunrise and it's all overkill, yeah? Okay, now. The fuck is this? Get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up in a bit. I'm just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
I think it's funny how, like, if you turn away briefly, he just, like, utterly disappears. Doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. So, one of my favorite things about old school first person is you are just a floating camera.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat.
And I can't decide if the highlights in the eye are just like that because, you know, it's old, or if they unintentionally or intentionally were going for that, like, whole creature of the night flashing eye luminescence. But it's just so overwhelming, that highlight. Like I said, I don't know if it's just bad or unintentionally good or what.
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince. No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with. Shh. Heads up. Back away.
The stance, and also those little Matrix glasses.
Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
Alright. Alright.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you? Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Wait, I've still got that list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why...
I mean, I had a really mild high school experience. But do people really hold that kind of grudge from when you're a teenager? I mean, I suppose some people may have had it that bad, but I can't even imagine, to be honest, that I, going into adulthood, would be like, oh yeah, those people from high school. I don't know.
Secret and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right?
I'm trying to remember, like, what, like flip phone camera. So yeah, I guess, but like, can you imagine that conversation in the context of today's phones? Like, yeah, you better be fucking careful all the time, because that pixelated crap was nothing compared to what we have now. I mean, never mind pictures. Like, full-on recordings, like... Yeah, when 2004... That was definitely, like, flip phone. That's what most people had.
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the Magilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
That seems like a really naive sentiment that just because someone enforces laws makes them good guys.
I'll tell you when I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
Next.
All right, now, don't worry, because I know the area. You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings. You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. You gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I do gotta say that playing as the Malkavian did add like a whole extra feature of entertainment through those crazy dialogue options. I almost miss it a little bit, but you know what? I want a different experience, so we're just gonna have to accept that maybe not everything is gonna be as awesome in some aspects and maybe more awesome in others. And I should probably save because I have not done so yet. Do. I know. Let me just play.
There we go. Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from the top side.
So sorry if I'm not the most animated. I am doing my best with a giant cup of coffee to help out, but I'm just dragging, like I said, between everything that's going on and work. I'm feeling a little rough. But we'll just press on, shall we? I have too many chords going on over here. Okay. Do, 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 do. Half their animation budget went into that effect of them burning up like that. Alright.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat Vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though.
My eye itches so much. My allergies are just running amok on me.
Not the freshest catch, but it'll do.
Makes it real fun trying not to be coughing and sneezing in the midst of a pandemic.
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
Like, I know, like, doctors try and take care of themselves, but when you get down to it, like, sometimes they're running, like, night shifts and not sleeping for hours on end and probably too busy taking care of other people to take care of themselves. So I don't think that a PhD is necessarily going to be any healthier than like your middle class person who actually has, you know, a chance to go home, have a good meal, and sleep. But we'll just roll for it. We'll just roll with it.
A monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
And I do think that this is an interesting concept that, okay, yeah, we're damned, and yeah, we do monstrous things, but don't take it further than you have to.
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, a worthless bum even by accident, it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you. The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences. I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact. The beast is to keep in touch with your humanity and don't go hungry. It's a fine line. All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Wait. Was it this way? Oh, yeah. Okay. Nom 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 nom.
Not quite as good, huh? Hey, you can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
Worse than a bum's neck. Tastes like old gym socks.
Well, give it a try.
It's like piece of numbers.
You rat sucker. Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing.
I love how he's all like, you should try it, and then makes fun of you for doing so.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here. Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past. The building across from us with the garage door, there's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows, and don't let him see you. Alright, go.
Alright, let's see how often I ride the failed boat, because for all that I like to play sneaky roguelike characters, I just tend to be terrible. I don't know why it saves like this. I just tend to be terrible at sneaking. There's only been a couple exceptions to that rule. And I don't foresee this being one of them. I don't remember how to crouch. I think I skipped past where they told me how to do it. There we go.
Inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry, he's probably greener than you. The Sabbat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
The one thing I wish that this game had, even back then, was the ability to separate the volume levels of different noises, because it just has one master volume tab, and I would really love to be able to turn down some of these background sounds but still be able to hear the dialogue okay.
probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery. He is a vampire, so be ready. Go get him.
I think I'm gonna play maybe a slightly cocky character. Yeah, I think we'll go that way. So I think I'll probably try and put points into probably intimidation more so than seduction, probably. Persuasion maybe to some extent, but I feel like my character, this should be a intimidating one. Am I still crouched? Yes, I am. There it is. I do have to say I appreciate how simple the combat is on this. Because sometimes I want to play a game and I don't want to have to jump through all the hoops of a complex combat system. Sometimes I'm more interested in story and puzzles and maybe some slight combat, but that's not necessarily my primary focus when I'm playing a game.
The Sabbat are going all out. We better head underground, avoid stray bullets. Alright, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
Gosh darned it. Throw. Nothing came up. Also, it would help if you didn't put me in a position where I'm automatically going to be detected. Okay, now if you could give me the icon this time, that would be... There we go.
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
And I think they want you specifically to use the buff so that you can get the experience of doing it. Oops. I can't see anything. There we go.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way. Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
If I'm not there in 10 minutes, call the president. Perch. Okay. that was handy. Alright. Dominate. Is that trance? I'm gonna go with that. It is trance. I do not like third character view in this game, but it takes you out of combat when you do that, so or should I say takes you out of combat ready stance. Alright, so far I am liking the abilities. I'm not liking that I cannot see anything. Part of that has to do with being slumped in my chair below the angle at which my monitor shows up nicely, so my bad.
Huh?
What? Well, that worked.
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood. They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down a human. Well, I'm gonna want it back, so I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires.
Right, if you're a vampire,
Kindred's gotta keep up with
I mean, I suppose using a gun on a human would, you know, kind of mask your existence, but if there's a better way to do it, which I'm sure there's, you know, a few dozen as a vampire, then why even bother? You gotta carry ammo. Like you said, they're noisy. Like, I'd rather just go for the stealth kill.
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
Shotgun, standard monster killing weapon.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
Maybe they actually want me to do that. Does it do anything? Am I that bad of a shot? Oh, okay. I was aiming too high, I guess. Whatever. Not my preferred gun, or not my preferred weapon anyway. Alright, we are going to be a rat sucker, though, just to chop off our... Well, not top off, given that they hardly give you anything. But, you know, like, get what we can. Don't judge me, dude! Alright, that's what I want to use. Wow, my melee is awful. Oh yeah, the whole crazy psychobabble. There's not even an alternate option. That's just really specific to Malkavian. Interesting. Okay. Now where's out? Oh, there we go.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night. Until the next night when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on and so on and so on. Well, to be honest, it came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity. Oh, boy. I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but hell, you'll figure it all out.
Sink or swim, right?
Stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. That's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Past your bedtime.
So I think, I know we only got through the tutorial, but I don't want to like overdo it on the length of this video. So I think we're gonna leave it there, and this is definitely what I think I'm gonna be doing for just like a few episodes, just to kind of get back into my mental health space and just do something for the pure sake of enjoying it. Well, maybe not pure since I'm doing it to record a video, but video that is just totally based on what I feel like doing, which is what I feel like I need right now. So yeah, thanks for watching. I know it probably wasn't the most exciting of videos, but I'm actually really excited to kind of like backtrack to an old game that I remember enjoying but don't necessarily remember everything that happened, so kind of get to experience it at least a little bit fresh here. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.